Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. दृग्दृश्यौ द्वौ पदार्थौ स्तः परस्पर विलक्षणौ दृग्ब्रह्म दृश्यं माया स्यात् इति वेदांत डिंडिमः. We are in the 30th verse. दृग्दृश्य द्वौ पदार्थौ स्तः. There are two words, drug and drishya. Something is on my beard. So there are two words, drug and drishya. And they are paraspara vilakshana. They are of exactly the opposite nature. What is their nature? Who are they? Drug Brahma and Drishyam Maya Syat. Drug is the Brahman and the Drishya is the Maya. Iti Vedanta Dindimah. So, we have to ultimately recognize that the Drishya, the objective world, depends 100% on the subject. If there is no subject, there is no objective world existing. So between the subject and the object, the subject is essential. Now take an example to understand. Colors and forms exist in the vision. If there are no colors and forms, vision has no loss. Vision is existing in the mind. If there is no mind behind the ears, nothing is heard. So, but if the eyes are closed, there is no loss to the mind. When the mind is closed, there is no loss to the consciousness. In this manner, drug drishya, viveka, we have to discriminate between what is the seen and what is the seer. In between these two, we come to know that the drug, the seer, the experiencer is only one. Be attentive. It is not said here, drug atma. Be attentive. Drug Brahma. Meaning, there is but one seer who is seeing everything. See? Like colors and forms seen by the eyes. Now, are the eyes an individuality or it is just a phenomena happening? Vision is a phenomena. See? But for this particular eyes which are closed, colors and forms don't exist. But the eyes continue to exist. Then the mind. Similarly, the mind is not one per head. In all cases, the mind alone is expressing as the vision, so mind is one. Then mind is the expression of consciousness, consciousness is one. Consciousness is the potentiality, Shakti of Brahman, that is also one. In this manner, from the many to the one is the journey on the spiritual path. If we are carried away by the multiplicity, then we are lost. Therefore, paraspara vilakshana, these two are of exactly opposite nature. Maya appears but is not. Brahma, Drug is. Maya can be negated, Brahman cannot be negated. Maya has chances of modification. The Brahman doesn't undergo any modification. Maya is dependent on Brahman, Brahmashraya. But the Brahman is not dependent on Maya. In this manner, they are of opposite nature. Iti Vedanta Dindimaha. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna very clearly tells, Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratteya Mam Eva Ye Prapadyante Mayam Etam Tarantite. My Maya, the divine Maya, is very difficult to cross over. Duratteya. Then, Mam eva ye prapadyante. Those who have surrendered unto me, to them only the Maya doesn't bother. Therefore, iti Vedanta Dindimah, do not give too much importance to the changes, the outer things. Most important thing is, are we at peace ourselves or not? This is the litmus test, a thermometer reading for every seeker. What is the quality of our mind at every moment? And the best quality example I can give is like a mirror. Mirror is always a mirror, never reacts. See? Just imagine, for the sake of your imagination, you are standing in front of the mirror and the mirror starts reacting. What will happen? When I will go in front of the mirror, mirror will say, hey, hat yahan se. When some beautiful girl comes, come on darling, hang around a little more. See, therefore, let our mind stop reacting in this world. Reaction is a default setting. Default setting means things we do out of habit. See, many of us have got many habits. One habit I'll tell you. I sent one, oil painting to somebody. So, that person wrote back, oh, such a lovely digital painting, I also want to learn. Was it necessary to say? See? If somebody tells, I went the other day to the temple, but the temple was closed, we have to wait there for long. See, the same thing happened. I went, but the temple was not closed. Who asked you? Just observe this point. When anybody says anything, we are not interested unless I is involved. Once we were in Badrinath, 2 years before, and the Satya Sai Baba group was with me, or rather I was with them. So, in a small hotel in front of our Dharamshala, we were sitting having a cup of tea. So I was sitting in a small bench or chair, 3-4 of them, and talking. Swamiji, since when you are on this line, all the stupid questions, and I was entertaining them. Suddenly from nowhere one person came. Hey Swamiji, how you are here? I said like this. And he said, I am so and so, I have got 3 children and 2 are studying in college, one is in USA and he doesn't want to come. My wife is okay, I can tolerate her, and I have got a good job, money is not a problem. Okay, I am in a hurry, I am going. Who wanted to know about you? See friends, observe this. Next time you interact with the world, see that that urge comes. Suppose somebody is talking, mothers. One mother talks about her child. My child is so intelligent. कुछ भी नहीं, मेरा बच्चा जो है ना बेवकूफ है. No need. Because everything depends on I. Now why we are not interested in somebody else's stories and all that? Because I is not there. Why oldies like me talk about their past? Because I was there. You were not there. So when I talk about my past, I get inspired and you get perspired. ये बंद कब करेगा? See friends, observe this. Then we are leading real spiritual life. Otherwise, mechanically go to the temple, go around and then japa, mala and sit for the ghanti to go and out gaya. No, that is not the one. Avidyopadhiko jivo mayopadhika ishvaraha maya vidya gunatitam brahma vedanta dindimah. See, this example which I give you, Again I will repeat it so that this point becomes clear. Man, with father he is a son. With wife he is a husband. With the son he is a father. So who is a man? Man is beyond the son, beyond the husband, beyond the father. How can this one man become three? First of all, he has never become three. Then, he is expressing in three ways. So when he is in front of his father as a son, he is looking at the father as a Hitler. Then when the same man is looking at his wife as a husband, he is looking in a pathetic mood. See? Then the same man looking at his own son like a Hitler. So one man, three expressions because of three conditionings. Now apply this principle. Paramatma with the conditioning of names and forms, Nama Rupa, it is called a Jagat. Same Paramatma with the conditioning of the Panchakoshas is called a Jiva. Same Paramatma with the conditioning of the Maya is called a Ishvara. See? So who is Paramatma? Paramatma is beyond this. He is neither the Jagat, nor the Jiva, nor the Ishvara, and yet he is all the Jivas, all the Jagat, all the Ishvara, and yet beyond all. See, the man is neither the son, nor the husband, nor the father. He is all the three, and yet beyond all the three. See, it is here this Tattvamasi Mahavakya Upadesh comes. In Tattvamasi Mahavakya Upadesh, Tat means that, Tvam means you, Asi means are. You are that. How can you be that? So they call it, technically speaking, Tvam Pada Shodhanam and Tat Pada Shodhanam. The word Shodhanam means purification and searching, seeking. So when it comes to you, then Tvam Pada Shodhanam means purification of the meaning of I. Who is this I? Can this I be Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya Kosha? Or the same reality expressing through the Annamaya Kosha as young and old, etc., etc., or expressing through the Pranamaya Kosha as hunger and thirst, or expressing through the mind as Shoka Moha, or expressing through the intellect as Mr. I, the ego, or expressing through the Anandamaya Kosha as undifferentiated, undivided bliss. Who is this I? Find out. Then we will be very clearly fixed in this understanding. Unless there is freedom from Annamaya Kosha, we cannot proceed further. See, this is called as Tvam Pada Shodhanam, purification of I. Now how do we start? So we start playing. Please remember this, I am again and again emphasizing. Don't do anything. Start playing meditation. Don't do meditation. You will suffer, I guarantee you. Don't do. So here you start playing. Sit down, start playing. What it is like being other than the body? Other than the body means body has a shape and size. Other than the body, no shape and no size. What is that experience like? No shape, no size. When again the mind reverts back to body identification, give another chocolate. Okay, let us play now. You are bored of that chocolate, take another one. Other than the body means what? Body has a birth, growth and death. Other than the body means no birth, no growth, no death. Is it not our experience? We have no experience of our birth, growth and death. When you thus start playing, a meditator is not born. Panchadashi says, Dhyatru dhyane parityajya deyam evavashishyate. When meditator and meditation is dropped, then Paramatma remains. Now take our day-to-day example, very simple. How do we enter sleep? Till such time, I want sleep. This I and want is there, sleep has not begun. When sleep begins? When I and the want is dropped. Then the sleep begins even in the satsang. That is what I like people sleeping in the satsang. Because they have already transcended the I, ego. You keep on talking, who cares? I am already attained in that infinite divinity. You may call me sleep, but I am in the truth. And this is the joy of fulfillment. See, the first step on the path of evolution is this. Tvam pada shodhanam. And as we start discarding body identification, prana identification, through wisdom, not compulsion. You can remain without food for 8 days, 10 days, 20 days. And then the strong ego. Do you know? I lived without food for 21 days. How many days? Days! I lived for 21 minutes. Their competition. Don't torture your body and don't be extremist. Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkhaha. Yoga becomes the removal of the misery if you have a proper balance in your life. See? It is easier not to eat food for 15 days. It's not difficult. But to eat food all the 15 days 3 times and every time little quantity, although the food is wonderful, that is the real challenge. See, when the good food comes, I don't want, but when you are telling I can't say no, anyway, I'll take more breakfast, I'll not take lunch. And when the lunch comes, Annam Brahmeti Vyajanad Annadeva Kalbimani Bhutani Jayante. And then after every food, today I have to take a little more. Every day the same story. The real tapasya is have balance. See? Not sleeping at all or sleeping at all the time, wrong. Not eating at all and or eating only is bad. See? Not talking at all and constantly talking is bad. Yukta ahara viharasya. Yukta cheshtasya karmasu. Becoming workaholic or lethargic. Both extremes. No. Extremism is easier. Balance in life is important. See? In this manner, when we rise above the body identification, be attentive, then Mr. I is not born. You know how unknowingly I is born? Have you ever thought about this? When we talk about our childhood, etc., what exactly happens is, childhood belongs to the body, not to us. Body was born, body was a child, body was a teenager, body was a middle age. And when we talk about our childhood or middle age, etc., what we are unknowingly doing is body identification is not dropped. And when we don't talk about our past, then we have no past. It is the body which has a past. Observe this. But all the time, when I was there, when I did this, and nobody is interested whether you are there or not. Who cares? See, this is what is called as meditation. Then are we getting involved too much in our past? And those who are interested in their own past, they are also interested in somebody else's past. So immediately, Swami, where were you born? Why you were born? Why don't you die? There is no need. Because I am body, I will look upon the world as a body. So the first step, according to Vedanta, is freedom from body identification. And to practice it, this, do not talk about your past. Try. This is called a Tvam Pada Shodhanam, purification of the meaning of Tvam in Tattvamasi Mahavakya. Now when we thus practice this, another virus enters our system. That virus is I, I am doing some meditation, I am doing sadhana, and I don't take food. At whole day I don't take. Night I take twice. That I is a poison. See? One technique Nisargadatta Maharaj told, very beautiful technique. Use always passive voice when you talk. I want to tell you, in this I is important. See? Let us do it this way. In this, what is to be done, that is important. See the difference. I have done this job, or hey man, the job is done. Who has done is not important. Job is important. See. So when this I develops, now to remove this I, the other part of this Mahavakya is Tat Tvam Asi Tat. Now Tat Pada Shodhanam. Tat Pada Shodhanam is seeking. Now seek the Lord. Yad yad karma karomi tat tadakilam shambho tavaradhana. So while we do any karma, yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangas samachara. Whenever anything is done for the sake of the Lord, there is no karma bandhan, there is no bondage born out of karma. But then how to do that karma? Mukta sangas samachara. We must be perfect in our every action and yet not attached to perfection. Perfectionists suffer perfectly because they expect perfection from the world. We have to be perfect. In this manner, when we practice both ways, if something is happening, it is divine grace. See, friends. Once, 2 years before, for the Mahakumbha Mela, one of my friends from London was supposed to come. It is because of him I went for the Kumbha Mela. I didn't know also there was a Kumbha Mela. So he said, Swami, there is a Mahakumbha Mela which comes once in 144 years. So we are lucky it is during our time. I am going and I want you to come. So I changed many of my programs and I went. He also came from London to Delhi. Landed on the airport, he got a phone call from his daughter. His wife was admitted to hospital because of a serious problem. Immediately he took the next flight and went back. And after going there, it was not a very big job, it was a simple thing. He could come again. But ahankara vibhudhatma karta ahamiti manyate. We have that wrong notion. I am doing sadhana. See, Ishvaranugrahateva pumsam advaita vasana mahad bhaya paritranad vipranam upajayate. It is the divine grace that comes in our life in the form of liking for the study of scriptures. See, it is not our efforts. But we have that funny notion that I am doing this, I am doing that. Therefore, Tattvamasi means we have removed our impurities, and as a result, whatever I might have developed, then we surrender at the feet of the Lord. And how is that surrender? Like when the wave surrenders to the ocean, the wave disappears. When the ornaments surrender to the gold, the ornaments disappear. This is the meaning of this. Avidyopadhiko jivaha mayopadhika ishvaraha maya vidya gunatitam brahma Vedanta Dindimah. So what is Brahman? Brahman is this. The one which is supporting the Jiva Jagat Ishvara, and therefore is in and through the Jiva Jagat Ishvara, and yet beyond Jiva Jagat Ishvara. Atyatishtat dashangulam. It is not only this much. Can we say the space is equal to north plus south plus west plus east plus the corners plus up and down? Can we say like this? Space is much more than that. Can we say ocean is equal to all the waves put together? Ocean is much more than that. Can we say man is husband and a father and a son? No, he is much more than that. What about his foolishness? Still remaining. See, friends, therefore, Maya Vidya Gunatitam, Maya and Avidya Gunatitam, that which is beyond the limitations of these three gunas is the Brahman, and that is our essential nature. Patanjali's this sutra, please remember again and again. Prayatna Shaithilya Ananta Samapattibhyam. Efforts disappear from life. Efforts are required when we are going the wrong way. Suppose you are swimming along the current of the river. No efforts. And if you are swimming against the current of the river, only efforts. In the same manner, when the I is dropped, then Jehi Bidhi Rakhe Ram, Tehi Bidhi Rahi. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Do this mantra. See? I had to do this, I had to do that, suffer. Relax, relax. More than doing anything, more and more relax. For relaxation we become tense. Kaisi relax karo? Ram, Ram, Ram. Sakaram cha nirakaram nirgunam cha gunatmakam tattvam tat param brahma iti Vedanta Dindimah. Now tattva, the essence, the reality is what? Paramatma, tattva, Brahma is what? Vedanta tells, Nirguna Nirakar, attributeless, formless is the Brahman. Saguna Nirakar, with attributes and no form is Brahman. Saguna Sakar, with attributes and with form is Brahman. When it is understood in this complete way, then alone we have comprehended the meaning of the word Brahman. Otherwise we become obsessed. See, Vedanta talks about Brahma, Nirgun, Nirakar. No attributes, no forms. Yoga talks about Brahman, Saguna, Nirakar. Saguna because Antaryami, inner controller. Therefore, this is the guna, attribute, but nirakar, controlling everything from within. This is the Brahman of the yogis. Then, the saguna sakar, The Brahman for the devotees is with form and with attribute. Krishna, Rama, Shiva, Govinda, Narayana, etc. All of them are nothing but the same reality. See, friends. Therefore, Sakaram cha Nirakaram Nirgunam cha Gunatmakam. These are the three things to be clearly understood. When you are sitting with yourself, that time Brahman is Nirgun Nirakar. When you are functioning in this world, that time the Brahman is Saguna Nirakar. And when you are dealing with the people in this world, Brahman is Saguna Sakar. Deho Devalaya Proktaha, Dehi Devo Niranjanaha, Architaha Sarva Bhavena Swanabhutya Virajate. Every body is a mobile temple of God. Every body. We are ready to accept we are ready to suspect the divinity in a man-made statues out of stones. But we are not ready to accept the divinity in the God's creation. See, friends. Therefore, Sakaram cha Nirakaram Nirgunam cha Gunatmakam Tattvam Tat Param Brahma. That Paramatma alone is Iti Vedanta Dindimah. And therefore, if somebody is really rooted in this Advaita Vedanta, he has no problem to go in front of Lord Shiva, salute. Ganesha, no problem. Then Devi, no problem. Krishna, no problem. Then there is no problem of Iyengar or what do you call the other? Ayers. Vaishnavas or the Shaivas. No problem. Dvijatvam vidyanushthanat vipratvam vedapatataha brahmanyam brahma vijnanat iti vedanta dindimaha. In Manusmriti, one shlok comes. Janmana jayate shudraha sanskara dvija uchyate vedabhyasi bhaved vipraha brahma janati brahmana. By birth we are all scheduled caste. The scheduled caste is the political translation. Shudra doesn't mean scheduled caste. It's a wrong translation. Shudra means he who is constantly complaining and crying is a Shudra. Don't you see these people? Only this much, we want a reservation. We should get, everywhere. Even if we have failed, we should become the dean of the medical college. But you are not qualified, so what? We are a scheduled caste. So those who are constantly crying and demanding special status, they are called a Shudra. So, Janmana Jayate Shudra, a child, what is his language? Hungry? Mosquito bites? Constipation? Only one thing. Arey yaar, kuch to bolo. See, Janmana Jayate Shudraha, we are Shudra, constantly crying and complaining. So the moment you start complaining, remember, Arey, Shudra is coming out. Don't complain. Shudra. Then samskara dvija uchyate. Then the samskar, there are 18 jata samskar. When the child is born, on his tongue with the honey and golden ring of the mother or the father or whatever is available, that with the golden ring on the tongue of the child, Om is written, first samskar. And then throughout the life there are so many samskar. Samskara dvija uchyate. One of the samskar is this yajñopavitam, the cross bent. So this yajñopavitam is dvija. Dvija means now he is again born. Earlier he was born with the body. Now he is born as a cultured person. See, everything we have to learn. You must have, if you go to the north or anywhere, everywhere the eating habits are very different. If you go to north, They don't have any concept about right hand, left hand, jhuta, kuch nahi. Anything, dhadar, dhadar, dhadar. They'll beating with the right hand, with the same thing, then the spoon, and then good. Once I was somewhere in US, and one Angrez Amma, she said, Swami, I have cooked, rasam for you. It is our soup, but you are rasam. I said, all right. So she was cooking with great love, and then she took the spoon and took it down. Salt is less. So I took prasad. Friends, they don't have samskar. This is juta, this should not be given. No samskar. So samskarat dvija uchyate. Then dvija means twice born. Samskarat dvija uchyate. Thereafter, vipratvam veda patataha. Then such a person who is now given the Yajnopavit, now he is qualified for the study of scriptures. Then he goes to the Gurukula and study the scriptures. And when he studies the scripture, then he is called as Vipra. So, Shudra, then, what is that? Vipra, Dvija and Vipra, three of them. And fourth, Brahmanyam Brahma Vijnanat. And after having studied the Vedas, etc., if you do not come to realize that you are the divine self, then you are only a Ghanapati. You know this Ghanapati you have seen? Those who are chanting, they learn Ghanapati. In that, Om Bhur 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 Swaha 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 Om Bhur Bhur Swaha Tatsavidur Tatsavidur Om Bhur Tvastavidur Tatsavidur Tatsavidur Varenyam Varenyam Tatsavidur Varenyam Varenyam. As if the record is got. So, Brahmanyam Brahma Vijnanat. When we come to realize that we are essentially divine, then we are real Brahmins. Otherwise, only itare nama dharakaha, only by name. In Panchadashi, this small story comes. The king declared, anybody who knows 4 Vedas will be given this much of, prize. So one man said, I know. What do you know? There are 4 Vedas, give me. See, this is not knowing. So, Brahmanyam Brahma Vijnanat iti Vedanta Dindimah Sarvatmana Sthitam Brahma Sarvam Brahmatmana Sthitam Na Karyam Karanat Bhinnam iti Vedanta Dindimah. Sarvatmana Sthitam Brahman. Everything is nothing but the Brahman alone. Now be attentive, it's a very subtle point. It is easier for us to understand and comprehend that gold is present in all the golden ornaments. The mud is present in all the muddy pots. This example I never give. Because one person made me frustrated on this example. When I told if you remove the mud from the mud pot, what remains? Clean mud pot. I said I should kill you. See? So, it is easier to understand that there is gold in all the ornaments. There is steel in all the steel instruments. There is water in all the waves. Easy to understand. But how can we say, in the living being there is Paramatma, in the stone there is a Paramatma, in the moving there is a Paramatma, in the stationery there is a Paramatma, in a good person there is Paramatma, in a criminal there is Paramatma. How can we accept this? Here they said, Sarvatmana Sitam Brahma. The essence of everything is supreme reality. Essence of everything. How it can be? Is there something which is common in everything and being? Yes. And that is existence. See, book exists, inert. This girl exists, living. Old man exists, age. Intelligent woman exists. I don't know why you are laughing. You have doubt or what? At least once in a while you have praised us, Swamiji. Thank you very much. See? So everything is perceived by us as existing, existing, existing. To such an extent that even the absence is recognized as existing. See? And to the climax, we also exist. Discovery of this existence is Sarvatmana Sthitam Brahma. Now, how do we discover this? Make absence as an object. Like, this is the camera, number one. How this camera is known? Camera is existing. This is a mic. How this mic is known? Mic is. In between, there is no camera, there is no mic. So in between these two objects, there is absence. There is absence, is underlined. Now this absence, which is known by whom? I is. Who is this I? This I is beyond the presence of the things and beyond the absence of the things. Therefore, that which is beyond the presence and the absence is the absolute existence, which cannot be subjected to optional absence. We can have option. There is a book in my hand. Now there is no book in my hand. So the book can be known in two ways, by its presence and absence. Can we have option about our presence and absence? No. We have no option. So when there is no option of absence, is it necessary to call present? So what is this truth? Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasa. That wherefrom the speech and the mind returns back empty-handed. That is the truth. See, friends, we can never become this truth. We are that. Don't struggle to become the truth. Like one husband was struggling to become the man. And when his wife comes, he used to become very arrogant and angry. Because his friend told him. When he got married, his friends told, hey, from day one, be very strong-headed with your wife. Then she will be your slave throughout life. If you allow her to climb on your head, then it will be a problem for you. What should I do, yaar? Don't talk with love and all that. Only shout at her. See, Maha-Updesh was given. Suppose you want food. Where is the food? Give me food, otherwise. Then she will get the food. And do it 5-10 times, then she knows this is the way I have to leave this fellow. And it came, went on and on, 6 months passed. One day she was in the midst of something like that. This fellow wanted to go and take bath. So he said, I want to take bath. Where is the hot water? Otherwise. Now this lady said, otherwise what? I'll take cold water bath. When you are frightened, then people frighten you. Don't get frightened. Life is very simple. So, you will die frightened. No, 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 I want to die, I don't want to die. Both these desires, to die and to live, they are expression of body identification. When we are identified with the body and we imagine, I am suffering because of him or her, it is better that I commit suicide. Because we understand, killing body is killing myself. Body identification. Second thing, I want to live long. Live long as what? Like Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu wanted to live all the time, isn't it? As a body. See friends, these are all the anomalies of body identification. There are many yogis, many Mahatmas who lived for many years. Not for 100, 200. I remember I met one Mahatma, Devaraha Baba, in Allahabad, Kumbh Mela. I went there many years before. Must be about 30, 40 years before. He used to always sit on the machan, never on the ground. And he was Avadhuta Nagna Sharir. So he will come and bless you not by hand, but from above, he will take out his foot only and then you put your head, he will eat like this and go. He lived for 500-600 years. He was a great yogi. He will go at night, midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock to the Ganges and remove his intestines, clean them, wash them and again eat them. All great yogic prakriyas are possible. You live for 10 years, 10 years, 100 years, 400 years, 500. What next? See? Don't we get bored of the same clothes? Yaar, purana ho gaya. Patta bhi nahi. Earlier it was such a good thing that our clothes used to get torn, Now the clothes don't get torn. You get tired of them. But you don't want to throw also. Become old. Arey Ram, Ram, Ram. See friends, get out of this body identification. Then only we come to know Sarvatmana Sthitam Brahma. See, I as existence is everywhere. I as existence is always. I as existence is effortless. I as existence is infinite. But I as a body cannot be eternal. I as a body cannot be everywhere. I as a body cannot be all the time. Sarvatmana Sthitam Brahma. Sarvam Brahmatmana Sthitam. In Ishavasya Upanishad, this mantra comes, Yasmin Sarvani Bhutani Atmanneva Anupashyati Sarva Bhutastham Na Tato Vijugupsate. He who is able to see his presence in everything and being, and he who is able to include everything in him, Na Tato Vijugupsate, he can never have hatred for anything or anybody in this world. See? This topic is brought out in Bhagavad Gita in the 10th and the 11th chapter. In the 11th chapter, Bhagavan said, in everything I am. In 12th chapter, everything is in me. Analysis and synthesis. This is what is meant here. Sarvatmana Sthitam Brahma. Sarvam Brahmatmana Sthitam. Na karyam karanat bhinnam. Because effect is not separate and different from the cause. Cause and effect are the same. In Aitreya Upanishad we have seen how Paramatma created the world first at the causal level and then at the effect level. If at the causal level there is hunger and thirst for all the devatas, at the effect level also there is hunger and thirst. And if all of them made out of the same stuff, we are all made out of the same stuff. See? It is not Mahatmas are made out of 6.5 Pancha Mahabhutas. And criminals are made out of Savva Mahabhuta. No. Same thing. There cannot be any difference. The more you reflect on this, all the differences disappear. and the truth is revealed. Na karyam karnat bhinnam iti Vedanta Dindimah. Satta spurana saukhyani bhasante sarvavastushu tasmat brahmamayam sarvam iti Vedanta Dindimah. Now the teacher says, Satta spurana saukhyani sarvavastushu bhasante. These three aspects, Satchidananda, Satta is Sat, then Spurana is Chit, and Saukhya is Ananda. Satchidananda is in everything and being. In one place it is said, Asti bhati priya nama rupa iti pancha amshakam adyatrayam brahma rupam jagad rupam tatodvayam. Everything has got these five aspects. Satta spurana saukhya, Satchidananda. Sat because it is, Chit because it is revealed, Ananda because it has a utilitarian value for something or the other. So Satchidananda. So this Satchidananda alone is the reality behind the total creation. Therefore, Satta Spurana Saukhyani Bhasante Sarvavastushu. The reason being, the whole world is nothing but the Paramatma with different name and form. All the ornaments are nothing but different name and form. But what happens? Our attention goes on the differences, not on the common denominator. When our attention is on the common denominator, differences will be perceived, but differentiation will not happen. One of the most important things. Therefore, Satta Spurana Saukhyani Satchidananda is revealed in everything and being. And they are not three, they are one. See, Sat existence is Chit, consciousness. If they are separate, there will be problem. If Sat is not Chit, then Sat will be inert. And if Chit, consciousness, is not Sat, then it will be Asat, non-existent. Sat and Chit are not like red cloth. Red and the cloth can remain separate from each other. Cloth need not be red. And red need not be cloth. Red can be face. And cloth could be any curtain. They need not be together. It is not the relationship between the substance and attribute. No. So, Satta Spurana Saukhyani therefore means there is but one reality which is illuminating everything in this world. Tasmat therefore Brahmamayam Sarvam, everything is Brahman iti Vedanta Dindimah. So when we look upon this world as Paramatma, Isha Vasimidam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita Magrudakasya Siddhanam. When we look upon the world as Paramatma, you know what happens? What will happen? Two things. Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita. The Bhoga Pravritti, the desire to indulge in the world will disappear. We are the victims of this Bhoga Pravritti. Because we are looking at the world as a place of enjoyment. No, it is a place of worship. Now take an example. When we are climbing the steps of a temple, suppose the temple, everything is made out of marble. So when we have to step on the steps, we don't hesitate. Step, go ahead. And then in between there is, because Shiva temple, this your Nandi Maharaj is sitting. Nandi is also made out of the marble. And on above there is that, bell. And you are a shorty, Vaman avatar. And you want to ring the bell. Then will you step on the Nandi and do that? It is also marble. See? And then you go ahead. And then Lord Shiva, Shivalinga is also made out of marble. And you have to remove the bulb to fix another bulb. There is nothing. Shivaji, wait. Do we step on Lord Shiva? Everything is marble, isn't it? Now what is the difference? Because the marble, when we look upon it as Shiva, we don't use it, but we surrender. In the same manner, when you look at this world as Paramatma, we don't use it, we surrender. There is no bhoga. Tena tyaktena bunjita. See friends, technically speaking, everything is marble. Steps are marble. Nandi is marble. Shiva is marble. But there is a difference. Because in the stone, we are no more looking as a stone, but we are looking it as Nandi or Lord Shiva. In the same manner, when we look upon this world as Paramatma, our habit of indulgence in this world will automatically dissolve. One. Second, Mahagrudaha kasya siddhanam. The second thing will happen will be, we will not be covetous. We will not be accumulative. More and more and more. Keep on accumulating things and beings. Such a huge garbage. Not required. See? Therefore here, this knowledge is extremely necessary, that sattas purana saukhyani bhasante sarvastushu tasmat brahmamayam sarvam iti Vedanta Dindimah gatakudyadikam sarvam mrittika matramevacha tatha brahma jagat sarvam iti Vedanta Dindimah. Like all the pots made out of clay are nothing but the clay, in the same manner the material cause of this world is Paramatma. Be attentive. This is the basic difference in Vedanta, Upanishad, etc. and all other philosophies. According to our philosophy, Brahman is simultaneously the material and the efficient cause of this world. Clay is the material cause of the pot, and the pot maker is the efficient cause of the pot. These two are separate from each other. Clay is not the pot maker is not the clay. But when it comes to creation, the pot maker and the clay both are the same Paramatma. And we don't have to be surprised. Isn't it in the dream? We create the dream, we are enjoying the dream or suffering the dream. In the dream we created friends, enemies, but the Pancha Mahabhutas, when our dumb mind can create such a lovely world, can't Paramatma? See friends, therefore the material cause of this world is Paramatma. Once you accept material cause of this world is Paramatma, what will be our perception? Be attentive. When we are touching a tricolor, our Indian national flag, when we are touching the tricolor, we are not touching India. Because tricolor was born at a particular time. Who knows, it may become multicolor. Or it may become no color, who knows, it can change. But when we are touching Shivalinga, we are touching directly Paramatma. Because the material cause of this world is Paramatma. See friends, therefore we see everything is God for us. Tree is a God, river is a God, mountain is a God, Monkey is a god, cow is a god. There is no problem. See? Because everything is Paramatma. He is the very material cause of this world. Like the clay is the material cause of all the clay atoms, in the same manner, Paramatma is the material cause of this world. Iti Vedanta Dindimah. This is the proclamation of Vedanta Shastra. Om